मैं आज सबसे पहले दिल्ली के लोगों को, दिल्ली की जनता को बधाई देना चाहूंगी, मुबारकबाद देना चाहूंगी, क्योंकि आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो फैसला लिया है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आज कहा है कि दिल्ली की जनता जो फैसला लेगी वो फैसला पूरी अफसरशाही को, पूरी सरकार पर बाध्य है। तो आज सबसे बड़ी जीत दिल्ली की जनता की हुई है, क्योंकि आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने लोकतंत्र के हित में, संविधान के हित में फैसला लिया। 2015 में दिल्ली की जनता ने अपना भरोसा अरविंद केजरीवाल जी पे दिखाया, एक तरफा भरोसा अरविंद केजरीवाल जी पे दिखाया। 70 में से 67 सीट उन्होंने आम आदमी पार्टी को दी, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को दी। लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी, प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी से ये सहन नहीं होता है कि कोई दूसरी पार्टी जीत जाए और उनकी पार्टी हार जाए। जहां जहां पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी हारती है, असंवैधानिक तरीके से सरकार को हड़पने की कोशिश की जाती है, चाहे वो ऑपरेशन लोटस हो, विधायकों की खरीद फरोख्त हो। आम आदमी पार्टी के जब विधायक नहीं खरीद पाए, सरकार नहीं तोड़ पाए, तो असंवैधानिक तरीकों से सरकार में ताकत हड़पने की कोशिश करी। और आज 8 साल की लंबी लड़ाई के बाद सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक बहुत स्पष्ट फैसला दिया है कि जिनको जनता चुन के भेजती है उनके फैसले ही दिल्ली में मान्य होंगे। तो जब जनता ने अरविंद केजरीवाल को चुन के भेजा है, तो अरविंद केजरीवाल जी निर्णय लेंगे, दिल्ली की जनता के बिहाफ पर निर्णय लेंगे। तो आज मैं दिल्ली की जनता को बधाई देना चाहती हूं और मैं ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कहना चाहती हूं दिल्ली की जनता की तरफ से कि आज सिर्फ उन्होंने एक फैसला नहीं दिया है, आज उच्चतम न्यायालय ने इस देश के संविधान को बचाया है, इस देश के लोकतंत्र को बचाया है। अगर एक चुनी हुई सरकार की ताकत छिन जाए तो जनता के वोट का कोई मतलब नहीं बचता, और यही मोदी सरकार ने करने की कोशिश करी। और आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने मोदी सरकार के मुंह पे एक तमाचा मारा है कि अगर आपने लोकतांत्रिक तरीके से चुनी हुई सरकार की पावर लेने की कोशिश करी तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट उसमें इंटरवीन करेगी, और सुप्रीम कोर्ट सत्य के साथ, लोकतंत्र के साथ और संविधान के साथ खड़ी रहेगी। थैंक यू।
Will you tell us also how the administration changed the government? The CM has tweeted that the work is going to be speeded up after this verdict. So how does it actually practically work on the ground?
So, like the Honorable Chief Justice explained in his judgment, all the officers, IAS officers, Danik officers, Das officers, all types of officers, till now were reporting to the central government via
Now, it's a big win for the Arvind Kejriwal government and possibly the end to their tussle with the Delhi LG over transfers and postings of civil servants in the national capital. In a unanimous verdict, the Supreme Court has ruled that the Delhi government will have the power over all subjects other than services which come under land, law and order and police. The Supreme Court further said that an elected government should have the power to implement people's will, and if a democratically elected government is not allowed to control its officers and hold them accountable, then its responsibility towards the legislature and the public is diluted. The top court also added that the union taking over the legislative power abrogates the federal system. And reacting to the judgment, the Aam Aadmi Party said that it sends a stern message that the officers working with the Delhi government are meant to serve the people of New Delhi.
सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट और एलजी की कोर्ट में दलील थी कि वो एक वहाँ फ्रेज यूज्ड है, इनसो फार एज एप्लीकेबल, मतलब सर्विसेज जो है वो दिल्ली सरकार को एप्लीकेबल ही नहीं है। वो पूरी तरह से सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने नकारा। उसको कहा कि दिल्ली लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली और दिल्ली सरकार का जो जुरिस्डिक्शन है वो जो भी लोग सर्व कर रहे हैं दिल्ली सरकार के अंदर उस पर एक्सटेंड करता है। सिर्फ जो एक्सेप्टेड एंट्रीज हैं, जैसे पुलिस हो गई, पब्लिक ऑर्डर, लैंड, उसमें जो लोग सर्विस कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि वो ऐसे भी हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं है, तो ऑब्वियसली उसमें सर्विसेज जो हैं वो भी कंट्रोल में नहीं है। एलजी को जो चुनी हुई सरकार है उसके एडवाइस, एड एंड एडवाइस पे जाना है। एलजी का कोई इंडिपेंडेंट पावर इस रिस्पेक्ट में नहीं है।
देश को एक बहुत बड़े नायक के रूप में चीफ जस्टिस चंद्रचूड़ जी मिले हैं और मैं दिल्ली की जनता की तरफ से उनका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करूंगा। और ये जो हक दिल्ली की जनता का केंद्र ने छीना था, वो हक आज वापस मिला है। और ये कहना गलत नहीं होगा कि केंद्र की मोदी सरकार को ये एक जबरदस्त तमाचा है।
And to get us more details, I'm joined by my colleague Ishika. Ishika, this is a big day for the Aam Aadmi Party. Of course, they are definitely relieved, but it's also a big victory against Delhi LG. What has been the reactions coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party leaders? Because clearly they feel that their stand now is vindicated by the court order.
Well, yes, Samya, as you rightly mentioned, it is a big win for the Kejriwal government after, in fact, the Supreme Court Constitution bench has now held that Delhi government has the legislative power over the services, which includes, the transfer and the appointment of the officers. Now, exceptions are the public order, police and land. Now, not just that, Supreme Court has also made, very important observation where it has said that if the democratically elected government are not provided the power to control over the officers, then the collective responsibility will be diluted. The CJI had also observed that if the elected government, it's not given the power to implement the will of the people, then the principle of the federalism will not be respected. So definitely a big win for the Kejriwal government. And as this verdict came in, we saw a lot of tweets by the Aam Aadmi Party. In fact, the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal himself tweeted about this, calling it not just the win for the Aam Aadmi Party but also the win for the people of Delhi. He also said that today the democracy has won and also the development has also won. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party goes on to say that this was a long battle that the Aam Aadmi Party was fighting since 2014 under the leadership of Arvind Kejriwal. And today, after SC's landmark verdict, the people of Delhi have won. They've also, in fact, hit at the central government and the Lieutenant Governor, saying that, in fact, this is a big slap by the Supreme Court where, the central government and the LG unconstitutionally took over the powers of the Delhi government. So definitely, Samya, this will have a huge impact, amid the power struggle between the Lieutenant Governor and the Aam Aadmi Party-led Delhi government, and it will also be hugely impacting the future political course here in the national capital. Over to you.
Absolutely, Ishika. Thank you for getting us all those details. The Supreme Court clearly rules in favor of the Delhi government and holds it that it must have the control over bureaucrats in the administration of services, except in areas outside the legislative powers of NCT, land, public order and police. But as far as the federal government is concerned, or the federal system is concerned, the union taking over all legislative powers abrogates the federal system. The principle of federalism be respected, and that the union cannot, over all legislative, appoint powers. Well, that is what the Supreme Court has said to settle the entire matter between the Delhi government and the LG once and for all, because each time around we did see how they would run into disputes and tussle over appointments and transfer postings of the bureaucrats and civil servants. But now, of course, the power for the people of Delhi lies in the hand of the elected government, that is the Delhi government over here. It's a big win, a big day for Arvind Kejriwal government. They stand vindicated in their point that the people of Delhi have reposed faith in their government on 2 consecutive occasions, and that is where it is their jurisdiction to ensure that the legislative business that takes place does not get hampered over the tussle with the Delhi LG. The executive powers will lie with the Delhi government, barring the land, public order and police, which still would remain as the jurisdiction of the Delhi LG. The Aam Aadmi Party claims a massive victory. My colleague Ishika still continues to be with me. Ishika, as far as the role of the LG is concerned, well, that is still going to be within the domain of land, public order and police. That is going to be the only jurisdiction that lies with the LG. But as far as the manner in which the central government, it was a charge that the Aam Aadmi Party and several opposition party leaders were maintaining, is that the central government was using the office of LG to further their agenda politically, so against elected government. That seems to have debunked by the central government, by the Supreme Court.
Well, yes, Samya, as you rightly mentioned, on several occasions we have seen the Aam Aadmi Party, in fact, hitting at the Lieutenant Governor and the central government. In fact, saying, that they have unconstitutionally taken over the Delhi government and they are misusing the powers. The Aam Aadmi Party government time and again have said that LG was being an obstacle to the development of the Delhi, of the people of Delhi. So now today they claim here that it is a big win for them, because now, the Lieutenant Governor will only have to exercise power in 3, jurisdiction, that is the public order, police and land. In fact, the minister in the Delhi government, Saurabh Bhardwaj, went on to say that this is a big slap to the central government as well as the Lieutenant Governor after Supreme Court has in fact, given this landmark judgment. So, a big day for the Kejriwal government, a big day for, the Delhi government, in fact, and, all the leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party are in a celebration mood, is what we can see here, because it was a long power tussle, tussle, Samya, that we have also reported on Mirror now, how, many issues were getting, becoming, a victim of this power struggle. So definitely it will be putting end to that, and definitely it will also be impacting, the political course here in the national capital. We'll still have to wait and watch, how the Lieutenant Governor reacts to this, but definitely a big day for the Kejriwal government. Over to you.
Absolutely, Ishika. Thank you for getting us all those details and putting things into perspective for our viewers over here. Clearly, as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, they feel